right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with UFC fighter Cody Durden. Cody, how we doing, my man?
Good. Just sparred 5 rounds, 2 rounds of grappling, and I'm on fire, man. I can't wait to get back in that cage.
Let's go. Speaking about that, you had a fight booked that was canceled. Can you talk to us a little bit about that fight?
Yeah, my fight was canceled due to some unforeseen circumstances, but I'm exonerated. I'm good to go, and we're gonna get a new fight soon. Shit, man, I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm fighting July 20th versus Bruno Silva.
Let's go. That's awesome, man. Thanks so much for dropping it. And with that being said, man, you just said you're training, man, and how you feeling going into your fight camp?
I'm feeling great right now. Doesn't matter how I feel right now. It just matters how I feel on July 20th in Las Vegas. When I step in that octagon.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm definitely glad you got a fight booked. I've been seeing you on X, calling out people left and right. Speaking about that, Charles Johnson, he was calling out a fight, man. I tagged you earlier saying, hey, what about that fight? And he's like, no, man, I want to wait a little bit till you guys are higher up in the rankings. What do you guys think about that? Maybe running it back in the future.
Man, that fight doesn't make sense right now, honestly. Just like he said, we'll see what the future holds, but he's on a 2-fight win streak, and granted, there's levels to this game, and right now he's fighting I feel like he's fighting the back of the division, and I'm fighting towards the front of the division.
Yeah, 100%. Charles has got some crazy hair, man. He's got that skullet. What do you think about that?
Hey, man, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I call it a rat tail, but under the skullet. Well, that's cool. I dig it. I dig it.
Nice. Now, another thing I was watching, it's a hilarious interview. You were on there with the MMA Holes. He wanted to tell you, you got a nice smile. And he also, when I was watching that show, man, it was really funny. You were talking to somebody, and they were asking you about like deer hunting and all that stuff. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I enjoy deer hunting. I was born and raised in Georgia, and I enjoy it, man. So that's a little better. I forgot to turn it, but yeah, I love deer hunting. I actually got a state record turkey last year, ranked number 5 all time in the state of Georgia. So you think about all these turkeys being harvested. I beat Charles Johnson on April 29th, 2023. And then that Thursday, I guess it was 5 days later, I shot the Georgia state record turkey, ranked number 5 all time. So, I got a lot of recognition in the outdoor world for that turkey. So, and it was my first turkey, man. I just that was the week, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, that's crazy. So
nice. Now how'd you get into doing that?
Just in Georgia, hunting's big here, and man, it's an adrenaline, just like fighting, and the deer meat tastes great. Of course, wild turkey tastes great. So yeah,
trash talking, man. You're one of the best guys on the mic, in my opinion. Who's maybe some of your favorite trash talkers to listen to?
Man, I don't know about the best guy on the mic, but it's definitely something I'm working on. Yeah, I mean, definitely don't like Colby Covington's trash talk unless it's at a press conference. He's freaking hilarious, but other than that, he's a shitbag. Let's see, definitely Connor's trash talk. Who else we got? I like Paul Acosta. His isn't really trash talk. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
And definitely always tuning in to see what Sean Strickland has to say, because that motherfucker's funny.
Yeah, he's a nut.
Yeah, man. That's about it, I suppose. Oh, we always got to tune in to see what Sugar Sean O'Malley has to say as well.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree with you there. And, back in 2021, you were on the mic, and I thought this was really blown out of proportion. I wanted to hear what you kind of thought about it. When you were fighting a guy in 2021, you told him you send him back home, you're sending him back to China. And then everyone was going crazy on X about that. What do you think about that? What was your reaction after you started hearing about that?
Man, I just, the people, they didn't know me, at the time, as time goes on, people started seeing, me on social media and recognizing me and knowing that, man, the motherfucker lived in China, bro. Like, he was going back to China. It'd be a different story if he lived in Illinois and I said I had to send him back to China. That'd be fucked up morally. But, what I said is exactly what I meant. I had to send him back home with a loss. So,
yeah, no, that's exactly how I took it too. I was blown away back in the days when that was blowing up. I would definitely want to hear your opinion on that. And, another thing I was curious about too, obviously, everyone knows you're a deer hunter. What are maybe some other things that you do outside the cage that maybe someone else might not know about?
Man, I enjoy fishing. Me and my wife, we like bass fishing, freshwater fishing, and just going to Florida, basically going to the beach and just hanging out with the family. I really enjoy, spending my weekends with my daughter and my son. And just doing things with them, not just sitting around the house, but like last weekend we went to the movies and then we went bowling, and then I took them to the arcade games. So that's something I really enjoy, spending time with family and training. That's about it. That's all I do. Training is my number one priority, and then everything else in life comes second at this point in my life, besides my family.
Right. Now, you also happen to have a tattoo, I believe, like back here. Talk to us about the inspiration on that tattoo. Oh, you got another one too, right in front of
Oh, yeah. The one on my shoulder. So the one on my shoulder, my best friend in 2011, he got that tattoo, the USA Wrestling tattoo on his leg, because we won state championships together, and we just wrestled a lot, and that was our life when we were kids, just nothing but wrestling. And so he got the tattoo on his leg, and then my best friend passed away in a car wreck, and so I wanted to get that tattoo on my back in honor of him, and so that his legacy will live on. Man, he was a tough, crazy son of a gun, and he's like my brother.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even realize you had one on your arm too. Do you happen to plan to get any more tattoos in the future?
Maybe, possibly, but the tattoo on my arm right here.
Okay. Very nice.
It actually, there's a clock with a lion. The lion's fearless, and the clock is when the time set to 10:35 is when I got the call to go to the UFC, and my dreams came true. So I wanted to implement that into my tattoo, and life's good, bro. Life rips.
Yeah, man. And speaking about life being good, man, in 2020, man, you were able to quit your job and be able to be a full-time fighter. How awesome was that to finally be able to be done working and really focus on fighting?
Man, there was a lot of doubt in other people, but there was never doubt in myself. It was what I enjoyed doing. I worked full-time, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday. I was doing 50 to 60 hours a week, and I was still training in the evenings. And when I was 29 years old, I was on a 7-fight win streak. I was 11-2 as a pro, 7-fight win streak, 7-fight finishes in a row. And I got the call to go to the UFC. And at first it was scary, man, because you get in the UFC, you get a draw. Okay, you got $12,000. Okay, and then my next fight, I tore my ACL, fought Jimmy Flick, and I got flying triangle, $12,000. Okay, so I made $24,000 in the last year, and it's like that's not money that I can live off of. So it was scary, but at the same time, my beautiful wife, she stepped up, worked, and just let me train and take care of the things that need to be taken care of at the house. And on the side, I was working at the gym. After I quit my full-time job, I was working at the gym, and I was personal training. So, we made it work. And then I tore my ACL right after that. I tore my ACL in the Jimmy Flick fight. So it was like, man, I just quit my job. I got a draw, and then I got a loss, and then now I got a year of rehab. So it was fucking hard, man. It sucked. It was hard, dude. And it was like, is this shit gonna work out? Because if I lose my next one, I'm probably gonna get cut from the UFC. I lost all my PTO. I lost all my vacation from work, and I lost my health insurance. It was like, fuck, and then I won that fight versus Aori Keeling, and then I lost the next one. But I just always believed in myself, like I wasn't the guy who spent his whole 20s training. I was the guy that spent his whole 20s raising kids and working and doing this on the side, you know what I mean? Right. And so 2023 comes around, and they're like, man, they see a big improvement from me. Well, I was training full time, for 2 years, because 1 year I was rehabbing my knee. So it was like, I'm getting better, man. I know I'm getting better. I feel I'm getting better. I've surrounded myself with the right people. And I just know that I can make it to the top.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you there. And, with your fight coming up, do you think a win could maybe get you into the top 10 after that fight?
Definitely. I wanted a guy who can put me back in the contentions for top 10. And let me just go ahead and say first, like, the rankings are fucked, man. The rankings are fucked. You got guys on 3-fight losing streaks, and I'm on a 4-fight. I was on a 4-fight winning streak. You got Tiger, who's 15 wins, 2 losses, and he's lost 2 close matches. And you got him ranked number 11 or 12. And then you got other guys in front that's been knocked out 5 or 6 times. It's like, it doesn't make sense to me, but Bruno Silva, 3-fight win streak, a very good fighter who's been in the game for a while. He's going to bring the fight. He's going to bring the dog fight. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see blood.
Yeah, man. And, speaking a little bit about, obviously you quit your job, you're talking a little bit about money. When you're going into your fights, are you ever thinking about that $50K bonus when you're in the cage, or are you just focused on getting that W?
Man, I want to, when I first got in the UFC and it was all about winning, And as I've gotten older, and as I've, going on my 10th fight in the UFC, I'm established now. I want to put on entertaining fights, and I want to finish these guys, and I want to see blood. I don't want to get in there and just take them down and rot them anymore, because that's fairly easy to be, to shoot takedowns, take these guys down and hold them. I don't want to do that anymore. I told Mick Maynard I didn't want to do that, and I like tough fights, man. I want fights that are going to push me. You see how many times I shot my last fight. You see when I fought Jake Hadley, he was the one shooting, because my pressure, my presence, and my output made him gas out.
Yeah, 100%. Now, when you're like fighting and stuff, do you happen to watch like any film on any of your opponents to maybe try to find some holes in their game?
Absolutely, I study them. I have a coach that sends me Google Keep notes every day. We're getting better at this, man. We're getting better at really strategically breaking down our opponents and game planning and sticking to the game plan, and not letting my ego get in the way. See, like when I fought Tiger, man, I knew he fucking did that trip lateral drop. I saw that in the film. And I knew he did the butterfly sweeps, and we worked that a lot, But my ego was telling me, like, man, this guy, he's not gonna do that shit to me, And then boom, it happened to me twice, And then I got swept by the butterfly sweep. So I was like, fuck, man, like, this shit can happen to you, just because you don't think it'll happen to you, it can happen to you. So we got to avoid their strengths and exploit their weaknesses at all cost.
Right. Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. And, when you get ready for a fight, like when you're in the back, you're getting ready to walk out to the cage, there's a lot of people that like maybe like hit the mitts, kind of get warm. What do you kind of do to get pumped up for the fight and get ready before you walk out there?
Man, I don't really get pumped up anymore. Like, it's just a fight to me. It's like, dude, you remember riding, your first big roller coaster, Goliath. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Now ride that same roller coaster 40 times. It's like, okay, I've done this before, I've been submitted. I've been, I haven't been knocked out before, but close. I've been rocked. It's like, dude, what's the worst that can happen? This motherfucker kills you. Oh, well, so I've been through it all. And before the fights, I'm kind of sleepy, I'm just like, all right, here we go, but I used to get pumped up for him, but it's just, I've done it so much, man. I mean, I'm fearless, bro. I'm scared of anyone. Everybody was scared of Tagir. Ali's my manager. Ali told me like a handful of guys kept turning him down, different guys in the division, and he asked me, fuck it, I'll take it, and granted it didn't work out, but I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about strategy and fight IQ. So yeah,
no, that definitely makes sense. And can you talk to us a little bit about the inspiration on your walkout song? How did you come up with it, and what is the inspiration to it?
Yeah, so I use Tupac Hail Mary. It's just been a thing that I've used since 2014, and I don't really focus on my song much. It's a song I like. It's a song I've always liked. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. So I have more things to worry about than a walkout song. So I use the same one every time.
Good. Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. And, one thing I always like to ask every fighter I bring on this show, man, is I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I've been teaching for 6 years now, and I've been training for 19 years. I just kind of love what I do, man. Martial arts is my life, too. And with that being said, with all the guys I have in my gym, what advice would you give to those guys to keep coming into the gym and to keep on getting better and better every day?
Man, whatever you choose that you want to do in your life, maybe your goal is to be the best Taekwondo guy in the world. Maybe your goal is to be a mixed martial artist, a UFC fighter. You just got to show up every day, no matter how you feel. Like, throw your feelings out the window. We're all sore. We're all tired. We all want to have fun, but, put your priorities in front of your pleasures and good things will happen. Discipline, hard work, and there's some things that your coach can't teach you, such as energy and effort. You have to do the things that you need to do to have the energy when you show up to class so that you can put in the effort. And think about that. Hard work, discipline, and just showing up every day, no matter what. Working through the injuries. We're all hurt, injured. Maybe you broke your thumb. Okay, well, still come to the gym. Work your left arm out. Do your squats. There's always something that you can do. No matter if you're hurt or injured, you can do something. It's just about how bad do you want it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. It definitely comes down to that. And, another thing I want to ask you as well, too, when you fought Mikhaev, do you think that was maybe the hardest opponent that you had to prepare for?
No, I mean, just things that went down. I mean, I wouldn't say the hardest, just because, I didn't know the motherfucker was going to run at me and knee me in the face. I barely squatted. It ain't like I ducked down, super bad. I barely crouched down, and he just hit me with a switch knee. And after that, I shot in. I actually slammed myself on my head. When I slammed him, my head hit the mat. So that kind of disoriented me, too. And I wouldn't say the hardest fight, just because it was over so quick, I can guarantee, the rematch would be a lot different. Yeah, it wouldn't go down like that.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
A lot of people know, how tough I am, and I just wish the fight would have played out a little longer, but it is what it is, man. Like, you know, life goes on no matter what happens.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And yeah, you're on the bigger and better now. And, you know, with that being said, man, it's been awesome talking to you. What's maybe a final message out there for the fans that are going to be watching this video?
Hey, get rich or die trying.
That's right. Cody, man, thanks so much for coming on, man. It means a lot to me. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties early in the show, but yeah, man, thanks so much for taking the time. It means a lot. And we're looking forward to your fight, man. Thanks so much for telling me about it, too.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, have a good rest of your week.
Yeah, man, you too. Thanks so much. We'll be in touch.
All right.
Bye, man.